Says ready to go. We are live. All right. My name is Dr. Sharnael Wolverton-Sehon. Oh, you know what? I have to change this because Facebook is doing a weird thing where it won't let me post public unless I physically change it. So let me do that real quick until I can figure that out. Meanwhile, those of you who are on, I'd love to hear where you guys are from. And if you could just post in the comments where you're listening from, I'd love to hear you. I am Dr. Sharnael Wolverton-Sehon with swiftfire.org, True TV, and we just are going to do a quick little 15-minute spotlight on Jason Westerfield and an event that we have upcoming. So welcome here, Jason.
Hi, how are you doing, Dr. Sharnael?
Very, very well. It's great to see you here. Jason and I have been friends since the late 90s, and we've been in touch for many, many years over these changing times. And more recently, we just thought, you know what, with things that are going on in the world and where people are at, that this would be a great time to do an event to specify on where people are at. And so we have an event coming up, and I have the link in the comments. You guys can register. It's going to be, all the information is there if you can find it. And actually, I'm actually going to have Jason explain a little bit about what we're doing here. Go for it.
Yeah, thank you. For everybody out there, it's a real changing time. We're in a lot of transition, a lot of uncertainties right now, and people individually are dealing with a lot of fear, a lot of insecurity, personal insecurity, and anxiety. Another thing that people are dealing with when they deal with that is also the base of their brainstem, the cortisol levels, and also their adrenal glands. A lot of people are feeling tapped in that and are feeling kind of triggered, defensive, kind of knee-jerk-ish. Things are coming up in people, and people are really struggling right now, needing more emotional freedom and also to understand what's going on during these times. During this time, though, also within that, because of the situational settings going on in our nation and globally, there's also a lot of disconnect. So if people can't go to work, they can't go to school, they can't go to church, they can't go to wherever, even outside in the parks a lot of times, or walking, or kids even on playgrounds, or you have to do a child's date time with another child, over the internet or something, or even Thanksgiving right now, a lot of times people aren't going to be able to get together with their families. So because of all of this, as we process this in our own mind, people can feel really lonely, really abandoned, really disconnected, separate, isolated. And between the anxiety of what's going on and a lack of regularity, meaning more irregulars, and also all of the change and transition, and people not knowing where their finances are necessarily going through, because most storefronts, small and medium classes, have kind of shut down across their country. So when people think about their money, their family, they're also their time. Think about time. When you think about what the future is, we're now back to where we were in the beginning of March and April, where everything's back to the beginning. So it helps when you have certainties, whether it be for goals, planning, timelines, whatever it is. But when even your timeline's in a state of flux because of external situations, stimuli, and wherever boundaries are at, all those things together are creating a great sense of chaos in people, uncertainty, anxiety, and just a lack of assuredness. So just kind of putting out the variables that are putting out and kind of connecting into our individual state, but also our collective group, whether it be in our family, community, or in our country or our world right now. This is kind of a pulse where things are at. So what we wanted to do with this event is not only address these things like we've shared, go more in depth in it, but also help people get breakthroughs, that this could really be a time where we can turn this thing around and really come out on top and utilize all this to really get to know ourselves more, be more connected, be more whole, integrated, and actually have a lot more love We know love is a greater power, a greater spirit, and a greater frequency even than any fear. But as this time comes up, it helps to have a community. And as people aren't getting it, hopefully what this event will bring us together and then allow us to really go in there and get a lot of healing and breakthrough. And we come together in numbers. There's just a cumulative effect that happens, a multiplication. And what I'm believing during this time is that people would feel more rooted and grounded in love than they ever have, that they would feel connected, feel supported, feel like there's a community, and then also any of this anxiety be broken off. And one of the things we really want to do in this event also is really go after people's adrenals in a positive way, since those are really being tapped right now, and the cortisone levels are high, and they're neurotransmitters. We need to really go into target these things, and with our spirit, our energy, our consciousness, really focus on those, and just really just start commanding breakthrough for one another. And we do that, we're going to come out on the other end of this thing a lot stronger, a lot more freer, and we're going to have a lot more that we can help share and help the world around us with, to really add value to it.
Absolutely. Yes. And even with what you're mentioning with the isolation, yes, we do have social media, and even there's been so much censorship even on that. And so, this will be a setup where we are actually together collectively focused on one situation to be able to basically have an overall SOS source code upgrade activation for anyone who's needing it, whether it's health or finances or relationship, or definitely the fear piece is a biggie of that whole, just the uncertainty. It seems to be such mass collective low vibration that's easily caught, and or you can even be baited into it. And so just paying attention to what we're thinking about, and having a set time where we can all come together, think about what we're thinking about, breathe, listen, maybe integrate some of what we're going to talk about. And then what we'd like to do at the end is have an activation where there's actually something going on from the inside out for everyone who's there personally, to literally have their own miraculous upgrade. And we're hoping and we're believing that this is going to cause mass miracles. And my whole book is about the science of miracles, and this is what we're putting our intent, and we're asking you guys who join us to do the same thing, is just put your intent that this would be an awesome event for anyone who's involved, and that it would not only affect us personally, but the whole family unit would be activated as well, because there is no them, we're all one. And that it would affect, having a ripple effect with our households and our communities and our businesses and everything that goes from the inside all the way out around the whole globe. If it's really round, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so do you have any further comments, Jason?
Just that on the other end of this thing, people will be a lot more knowing the love, knowing their connection, and also just the creative spirit. It's all about coming above these things. When people get in a state of fear, a lot of times they lock up. They're more self-aware, but not so much in a healthy way, but more for their safety, security. And so hopefully we're believing that people would be hedged up and girded up in their safety, security, their personal worth and their value, their respect and their honor. But also just that would open up and cause a release that allow a whole nother level of their gift, talent, ability, their creative core to come up, that creative consciousness, that creative spirit that really then gives them the revelation, the perception, the understanding, and also the wisdom to know how to transition. Remember, knowledge helps, are wonderful keys for education, helps open up, understand, comprehension. But if you're emotionally bound from fear, it's like you're locked up. So you have to be emotionally released from the fear. Then lastly, we really need the wisdom. The wisdom is the how-to. The wisdom is to allow us to apply the learning that we're learning. So once you get the breakthrough, it's kind of believing for everyone that they would have the wisdom that they need for the season they're in, to know those practical steps, whether it be in their relationships, their finance, their timelines, or just what they're supposed to do in this next season. And hopefully everyone will come out not only more full, but also really have a heart and a compassion to help the people around them and our planet, so we can be in the most optimum timeline.
Yes, because we are supposed to be strong. We got to remember our courage, our faith, and our power. You know, we have the DNA technology. We already have it inside of us, and it's just about the activation and the belief that to be alive and those abilities that are already inside of us. Many are activated already, and maybe that's not for you, but if this is something that resonates with you guys who are watching and you're like, oh my gosh, that's me, I'm ready, you know, this is a great opportunity to jump on. And it's December 3rd. It's at 8:30. It'll be 1 hour, and the link is provided in this post. Please do share this with everyone that you feel would be interested. Anyone's invited. You can share, tag, you know, give out the link. We're not putting a limit on how many people. And I'm just really excited. It's been a while since we've done something together, Jason, and it's time.
It is time.
It's time. I am agreeing that 100% people are ready, and there are so many people waking up to truth, and this is the perfect time. Awesome. Anything else? We good?
Yeah, we're good. That's pretty much what I have to share, and just wishing the best on everybody, and can't wait to connect on December 3rd. We're going to have a very, very special time that we'll all remember as just a marker in our time field of when really, I believe, things shifted over our personal lives. We got breakthrough, and we felt like a thrust and empowerment to really push us out into a whole nother space.
Awesome. All right. Well, we will look forward to spending time with you guys on December 3rd. If that's what if you get a yes, please do follow the link and get your spot. And we'll look forward to seeing you. Thank you, Jason, for taking a few minutes out of your day to pop on here with me and let people know about this amazing event. And everyone, you guys have a wonderful day. Let's all pray for each other and send good vibes, good victorious vibes to everybody. All right. Talk soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.